This is the plaintiff, LaTasha Bannister. She says she rented an apartment to the defendant, and let's just say things didn't work out. She ultimately had to start eviction proceedings on her. The vindictive woman's intentionally damaging the place. And if that isn't bad enough, the woman's unruly daughter punched her. In all her years, she's never had the displeasure of coming across such a malicious person. The woman knows how to game the system to avoid her eviction, and she's here asking for this court's help to recoup the $4,450 she's currently out. This is the defendant, Maria Hennigan. She says the plaintiff's whole demeanor changed overnight when she started her catering business. Who knows, maybe she's jealous of her success. The woman has turned into a real hothead. She didn't cause any damage to the apartment, and if anyone's owed money here, it's certainly not the plaintiff. She's accused of being a vindictive tenant. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for lost catering jobs and harassment.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff rented to the defendant, and the woman intentionally damaged the place, and her daughter even punched her. But the defendant says this is all about jealousy because she became a successful caterer. It's the case of I don't cater to you anymore.
Thank you, Douglas. LaTasha Bannister?
Yes.
You are suing your tenant. She's presently your tenant still?
Yes.
Are you Maria Hennigan?
Hennigan, yes.
Okay. You're suing her for $4,450 for roof repair, floor repair, and inspection costs that you think she should pay.
Yes.
You have a counterclaim against her for $5,000 for harassment and losing wages. And, here's the thing. I'm wondering, why is she still living there? And why are you... What is it you've been doing? You've been taking her to eviction court, then she pays you, then you drop it?
No, I've never dropped it. I've taken her to court for the judgment. I put the judgment in. What she does is she'll say she has things that need to be fixed. Every time we go,
so
she'll
you have
add things
one
on.
court case that just keeps getting continued
Right,
and
she
continued?
keeps it open.
Is she under a lease?
No, she has no lease. I just
Then
put
all
in a
you
hold
gotta
of
do
a-
is say
I
your
put in
lease
a
is
hold of a letter
terminated.
that's been tagged to her door on this month, the beginning of this month. to
Okay,
remove
so you
herself.
figured it out, right?
Yes, right,
That it's
exactly.
your place, and if you don't
Yes.
want her there because you think she's...
Right.
I'm not passing judgment on whether you're sabotaging.
Yes.
I'll get to you in a minute. But if you think somebody is destroying your property vindictively,
Yes.
and they don't have a lease, you know, you get to have them out. That's
Yes.
how it works. It takes a little effort,
Yes.
but you get to have them out. You don't have to live like this. Now,
Right.
according to you, you rent to her and her fiance several years ago. What, 3 years you've been there?
December 14th.
And everything's fine while the fiance's there, then the
Yes.
fiance and she break up, and what happens?
Once I stopped seeing him, then at that point, you know, her rent began to be laid, you know, every now and then, things of that sort.
Now, you installed DirecTV,
Yes.
and you had them put a dish on her roof?
Yes.
What are you thinking? You don't have the right to pierce her roof for your DirecTV. So did it get taken down?
Yes, I had to hire someone to take it down, who charged me to take it down.
What did that person charge you?
Well, he didn't. He just charged me one whole fee was $300 to do everything.
To
He
do
took it
everything,
down.
which means to take
Took
down
it, right, he took it down.
and patch the roof.
Right, exactly.
All right, and why wasn't that good enough? Because you've come here and you're suing for $1,850 more. You're suing for the $300 that he charged you,
Right.
but you're also suing for another $1,850 to replace half of the roof. Why? Why didn't the patch job work?
Because what happened is I had a brand new roof previous to this, and
Yeah.
everyone always says when you patch a roof, you can't patch.
Have you seen any? Yeah, you can patch roofs. You
Oh,
can,
well.
you can repair roofs.
Okay.
It can happen.
Okay.
Now, it's got to be a good repair.
Right.
But do you have
But it
any
wasn't a good
evidence
repair.
that it
Right.
didn't hold up or something?
Well, do I have good evidence that?
Do you have
No,
any evidence
I
that the patch didn't work?
I can't. I don't have any good evidence because she just let me one up, but you can't go up in her apartment.
Okay.
And then she started calling 311. So she don't want to.
All right. When did she start calling 311 on you?
After I put the papers into court for her to be for the judgment, and she knew eviction was coming next.
Okay.
This is the first
So
one.
now she calls 311, and at some point they come over and they inspect the hotness or lack thereof of the water.
Right, correct.
Right. And they fine you.
Right, exactly.
Okay. And you're suing her to pay your fine?
Because the young lady's son told me that she said she was going to run the water and let it be cooler so I can get the summons. That's why. But I know hearsay doesn't matter.
You never
in
said
court.
that in your complaint. What you said is too many people were taking a shower. What's going on? She says you're destroying the place out of vindictiveness. because she's taking you to court. Magically, 311 now has to be involved in everything as soon as she took you to court for non-payment.
I only made the complaint, as my witness can attest to, after multiple attempts and multiple
What was
conversations.
your complaint about? The hotness of the water?
The consistency of the heat in the hot water, the pressure,
Okay.
the smell emanating from, I'm not certain if it's the radiators or the pipes or which entity it's coming from exactly, but there's a very strong odor coming from within my apartment. And she told me on about 3 occasions that she would bring me a solvent to put down the drain. That never occurred. Now,
How would
I
you make
shouldn't
your
have to-
complaints? Through text?
Most of my complaints were by phone. There were a few through text. Everything's in there as well.
Everything she did was
I see one in December 14th morning. There hasn't been hot water since yesterday. It is freezing here. The pipe smells getting worse no matter what solvent I use. And there's no response from her?
I called.
Okay.
That's not true.
Well, see, that's why you
I'm
want
going
to
to show you the
text.
stuff that I purchased for her. When you look at the documentation right there of all the summons that she had gotten me, she left the gas in the previous tenant's name, ran it up to over $3 grand, and called 311 and told them I shut her gas off. They fined me for $250 two
Okay,
times.
I need you to prove what you just said.
I gave it to you. There it is right there.
Hold on. Did that happen? Did it remain in the prior tenant's name?
No, it did not, Your Honor.
Show me proof that the bill was in the other tenant's name.
That's it right there. You're going to see the
No,
name on it.
I'm where?
Oh.
That's what, right, where?
They have the address
Who's
there.
Caroline?
The previous tenant. I had to call her and tell her what this young lady did to her.
It wasn't her name.
Yes.
It was in her name still in January 25th of 2017. You absolutely did that.
I
That's
did not
thievery.
call- okay.
You left it in the prior tenant's name, racked it up, then it gets
May
turned
I
off.
please speak?
And then you call and complain that your landlord turned it off?
That is not
Show
that's
me
not
proof
at
of you
all what
paying a
happened.
single bill from 2014 to 2017.
So by scamming the system and leaving the gas in the prior tenant's name for 3 years, is that a crime?
Yeah, you're basically stealing their money right there.
Is that classic stealing because it's just kind of not taking action to change the...
Not doing the right thing or stealing someone else's cable.
Fair enough.
Yeah, dishonesty. That's a crime.
So you steal somebody's cable and it's a crime too, huh?
I'd say so.
Anybody here want to run? Going inside the courtroom.
I never claimed to have paid a bill. I could not gain gas
So
services in my...
you never paid a bill in 3 years. The rest of us mere mortals have to pay bills.
When an owner does not do what is supposed to be done with the building, National Grid can only give your prospective account, which means they won't charge you. But there is proof that you called to have an account put into your name. I informed
Show me that.
Latasha.
You faxed it
I
right
have
now.
the
Show me-
subpoena.
stop. Show me
I had-
that.
I
Prove
had
what
to
you're saying.
I had to subpoena it, and because I did not have the $15
So
for
you
the
don't
subpoena,
have
I was
it.
not
Okay.
able to get it.
All right. Let's talk about the hardwood floors. According to you,
Okay.
she's damaged. You're also suing for $1,800 because according to you, she's deliberately damaging the hardwood floors. Do you have pictures of wood
I have
floors?
video as
Hand them
well.
over.
She told
Now,
them.
what I would like to know about is how did this happen to the wood floors? There's there's some pretty vicious scratches
Some
there.
groves, yeah.
Because you haven't moved out, so I'm wondering how all those scratches happened.
They were there when I moved in.
Right here. Look right here. And when you see the couch move, you're gonna see the fresh scratches. Show her this one right here where the radiator is, and you'll see the fresh scratches. But she constantly changes the furniture around. You see where the couch is? And look, you can see they're fresh scratches.
No, I can also
Right.
see that the
So she
radiator's
just
been
keeps-
pulled away from the wall.
not
From
right.
Right.
pulled
She
away.
moves the furniture around and she scratches it up.
Are you moving the couch back and forth?
Yes, but as you
Why
see,
though?
all of my furniture has a flat bottom. Every single piece of furniture that I have has a flat bottom. It cannot scratch.
It's fresh
It
scratches.
cannot scratch. I actually have video
How
of
did this
of
happen
that.
back here? How did all this happen?
The white that you see along that wall there is actually the radiator separated from the wall. Now, if you look,
yes,
if you look
something
at the picture,
separated the radiator from the wall.
yeah,
That's what
the
I'm
fact
saying.
that she didn't put the proper screws into the wall, nor did she put the plastic piece that holds the nails in. She didn't put that in there either. It's simply a screw into that against the wall.
Okay, I got it. You have a counterclaim against her for $5 grand, $2,335 for lost wages for 4 catering events
That I had to cancel. I
that
couldn't.
you had to
take
cancel.
It. Yeah.
And why is that her fault?
Because I cannot work if I am not running around being intimidated and consistently pressed to leave my apartment or to go back to court and and report something that was already supposed to be fixed before we even went to court when we were with HPD. When I made the complaints with HPD, they were supposed to be fixed, and they weren't. I have to take time. Every time that I have to take off,
Stop
I'm
talking,
losing
Ms. Hannigan. No, the answer's no.
I work every single day.
I don't care how many days you take off because
If
you're
I have
stressed.
to take off because
Get out of my
it's not
courtroom.
stress.
Get out of my courtroom now. Out. Turn around. Walk out. I'm not going to sit here and scream over you and get a hoarse throat. Out.
Just grab your stuff from me now. Thank you. And then right to the
First
left.
of all, when you patch a roof, you patch a roof, and the roof should work. And if you don't have evidence that there's something else wrong, then what you get is the money for the patched roof. You don't get a perspective, oh, well, I don't know, I want to change half my roof. That's not how it works, okay?
Understandable.
One, there's no more talking on your part, or I'll be talking to the air in a minute, okay? Two, it is very obvious to me from these pictures that she is either deliberately or accidentally, either way, moving, scratching the couch back and forth, and in so doing, ripped the radiator away from the wall. It couldn't be more obvious to me. So I am ordering her to pay you. Do you have evidence that it's $1,800 to repair that floor?
Yeah, I gave you the estimate.
You're putting
there,
in a
but,
whole new floor or repairing it?
He has to do the floor because it's all over the floor. You know, he was the guy when the gentleman
it's in
came
a lot
up.
of places. It's
Right,
not
so-
just behind the couch. It's
Right,
all over the place.
exactly.
I am awarding you the $300 for the patch and the bring down. I am awarding you the $1,800 for the floor. That is a total of $2,100. That is what I am awarding you. Okay? On her counterclaim against you for lost wages and harassment, that's zero. Okay? We all still got to do our job, even though people bother us. Okay?
No,
Good
yes,
luck.
definitely. No, thank you.
Well, the defendant was ordered out of the courtroom. She has left the courthouse. You heard what the judge ordered?
Yes.
What do you think? You didn't get anywhere near what you wanted.
No, definitely. You know, there's so much more, and you don't get a chance to use it all because I understand. You know, time is of the essence here. But I do appreciate Judge Emilion seeing through her. You know,
Well, this is
for
quite
the
a
most part.
situation. She's
Yes,
still
it is.
there. What are you
She's-
going to do?
Absolutely, and she says she doesn't have money to move. But when
yeah.
I put the judgment against her, she owed me $5,100.
Yeah.
I told her I want the apartment and she can keep it. She told the judge she didn't want to keep. She didn't want to. So she wanted to pay the judgment back. So you can't say that. You know.
This
you
is
didn't
going
have
to be
any money.
continuing, then,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. Yes.
Well, good luck.
Thank you
Okay?
so much. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you very
guys
much.
enjoy your day.
All righty. Kind of a fascinating dispute, Harvey. What do you think?
Well, Doug, I mean, they are right. And there is a crime called theft by deception in many states. Sounds like that to me.